Okay, so let's take a look at this, guys. I have not watched any videos about the patch notes. So, this is the director's take, because a new season is going to be coming and dropping soon. You actually like them? Oof. Okay, I'm excited then. As season 4 ends, I'd like to take a look at the game's balance. This season, we saw a wide selection of heroes get played, and for the most part, the game felt fairly balanced. That is true. I mean, the matchmaking is not balanced. Let me know, why am I bronze or wood and I have a diamond in my lobby? When everybody playing with me at that time, we are wood or bronze? Or you know, like, why? If you're gonna put me in a lobby with a diamond players, give me that rank, you know. Season 3 and 4 were seasons with most balance in recent Overwatch history. With this in mind, let's take a look at the three different topics from season 4, and talk about how they will change in season 5 and beyond. Okay. Specifically, I would like to go over the heroes Junker Queen and Life Weaver, one-shot and crowd control abilities in a 5v5. Ooh, please don't nerf my Junker Queen. There were a few standouts from the tuning perspective in season 4. In the mid-season patch, Junker Queen was given a series of buffs and she's really started to dominate. Her win rate popped up by about 5%. She went from being one of the lowest big tanks to one of the highest. She is a babe. We'll love to see those thighs in the front row, please. Yes, we do. For most skill tier, Queen and Reinhardt were the two most big tanks for the latest half of the season. That is so true. We fought so many Reinhardts. And it's really interesting when you start seeing a good Reinhardt that knows exactly when to pick and poke so his shield regenerates, so it's practically almost impossible to kill him. However, at Masters and above, Queen is far and away the most big tanked. One of the biggest changes that we made was to increase the healing receiving from her passive. Like, we like this addition to her playstyle, but it makes Queen too survivable. So we will be reducing the health she receives from Commanding Shout from 200 to 150 to compensate. Okay, I mean, that's fair. I don't know, it's just that in general, I feel like, for example, Ramatra, at least the ones that I fought the most in most of my games throughout the season against was Ramatra is so hard to play. Like, I literally have a gameplay on which he's literally one shot, and he just doesn't freaking die. You know, so we will see how that works for her. We also will be increasing the cost of by her ult by a small amount. She's getting it at a faster rate before the mid-season changes. Okay. I don't know how I feel about that. I mean, I don't think that her ult is like completely broken or anything. I mean, it's not like an instant death. You actually still have to capitalize. You have to be smart how to use it, and your team needs to be able to capitalize from that ult. So, yeah, exactly. Especially even if you have a sucky Ramatra on your team or on the opposite team, and they have not used their ult the entire time, they can pop that ult in the last 10 seconds, 5 seconds on the freaking match. Everybody will jump out and they will win the match. Like, that's crazy to me. That's like, to me, that's broken. But you know what? I'm a nobody. I play the game casually once a week. Well, I've been doing my dailies daily, but I play like, 3 games? So, I don't know about that. Life Weaver is a really dynamic hero. Some of the plays that people have pulled off with him during season 4 were pretty astonishing. That is true. I have seen some crazy plays for for really good Life Weaver players. Frosty saved my butt 1,000 times probably this season as Life Weaver. We had so many widows that were pocketed by a Life Weaver, and literally they didn't give a flying F of where they were standing. They will still like be straightforward in the middle center road because they knew that there was a Life Weaver taking care of them. Like seriously, that's something that I saw happening. Let's see. However, he is not powerful enough to be a solid pick for most players. That is true. That is true. Sometimes you can feel that depending on who is your second support, I feel that it really depends. It can go one way or the other. Previously, we stated that we would like there to be a reason to pick new heroes over the other rosters. This is still our goal for new heroes. We want them to bring something new to the battle. However, at the moment, we're looking for the best way to bring Life Weaver to a baseline. Once people are playing him more, we will get a cleaner read on the character. Players will either start utilizing the variety parts of his kit, or we can look into adding something else into it. Ooh, like reworking him already? That's crazy. I mean, I can't see why. And it's not that he's not useful, it's that you have to really know how to use his kit to actually make a lot out of him. But I can agree that regarding heals, he's very, like, he's not the best for healing. He's really good at making sure that you can survive, and if you have another good support player with you, you can definitely pocket people, but it's hard to do so with him. You cannot solo heal with him. Players will either... Okay, let's see. In Season 5, there will be quite a few changes. Mostly buffs. Ooh, coming to Life Weaver. We'll have specific details in the patch notes, but players can expect increases to his healing and damage output. A heal on life grip. Okay. A slightly reduced hitbox. And some quality of life changes to the petal form. Interesting. I don't even think that I have ever used the pedal platform. Sorry, I read that wrong. No surprise there. You guys know me. So, but yeah, there are a few things that I don't find them as useful as they seem to be in the trailer when he was released, especially with the pedal platform. Most of the time, I'm like, oh, I'm going up. And then I'm like, oh, I fell down because I was excited. So, I don't know. We'll continue to monitor both Junker Queen and Life Weaver and make additional changes if necessary. The community has also voiced concerns over the number of one-shots from Widowmaker and Hanzo. Absolutely, I hate that. I hate it. Especially when I feel that Hanzo is a lucky shot away from getting me. We would like to reduce the frequency of this in-game, as well as shore up some of the extreme slightliness in some of our maps. Widow's damage fall off will change from 70 to 100 meters. Okay, wait. Let me just reread that. Widow's damage fall off will change from 70 to 100 meters to 40 to 60 meters. Oh, wow. The damage fall-off scalar will also increase from 30 to 50%. She will still have the ability to one-shot 200 health heroes at 50 meters or less. But further than that, it would no longer be a killing blow. Okay, I'm okay with that. Of course, if she's closer to you, she's going to, one-shot you. Okay, so there is actually fall-off damage depending on how far she is. Hanzo will receive a slight nerf to his damage so that he is no longer able to one-shot 250 health heroes. His sonic arrow will also be more recognizable by the enemy team. Thank you! The intent here is to reduce his skills that feel like they come out of nowhere, more like they come out of luck. We are constantly discussing the nature of one-shots in Overwatch 2 and whether they are healthy for the game in general. Okay, That's fair. Lastly, I would like to talk about the crowd control abilities in game. I want Hanzo nerf more. I think that as long as I know where it's coming from, that might help me. Because with Hanzo, I always feel like, bro, you're just being lucky. Like, I need your lock and buy a lottery ticket with the type of shots that you're hitting, bro. That's how I feel about Hanzo. And the thing is that whenever I get a Hanzo on my team, they always suck. But on the other team, my god, they are master gods. Probably not, but because I can. Okay, let's see about CC. When we launched Overwatch 2, we made some significant changes to our combat mode. The biggest was the shift from 6v6 to 5v5. A part of that change was to remove most of the crowd control abilities from our damage and support heroes. Yes, I miss being a Brigitte that can stop ults. I hate it. But it is what it is. A part of that change was to remove most of the crowd control abilities from our damage and support heroes. Overall, we think that this was a positive change to the game. At times, the original game felt like you were a pinball machine. Yeah, I can get that. But we have a lot of high mobility heroes in the roster. That is true. And the team can't always rely on their tank to take over them. So, we're softening our approach here. We don't want to return to the state in the game was in previously, but we feel like there is room for more crowd control, especially a soft CC in our lineup. We'll be making changes to Mei and Cassidy for Season 5 with this in mind. I don't want Mei to be able to stun me. I don't want that. If you're gonna give that to Mei and Cassidy, bring it back to my Brigitte. Bring it back to my Brigitte. Mei's and endothermic blaster will be updated. So let's take a look. Mei's endothermic blaster will be updated. The primary fire will still slow targets, but it will also build up an effect that will apply a more larger slow for 1.5 seconds. For players of the original game, this will feel familiar to what her old weapon worked. Cassidy magnetic grenade will also get updated to deal less damage, as well as applying an effect that slows and blocks movement abilities. Okay. On top of these changes, we'll also be making some tweaks to several other heroes in the Season 5. We can't wait for you to see them when the patch notes go live, as well as the other fun things we have coming to the game that season. As always, thanks for reading, and I'll see you in game. Okay. That wasn't hard. And I get to rant. Maybe I should do this more often. Okay. Well, we will see how these changes go. I think that at the end of the day, we can't speculate about it, but honestly, until we actually play the game and see how is it going,